real quickly before we jump into the video, I want to let you guys know that we're getting back on that stream grind, so if you're interested in coming out, hanging out, saying what's up, or whatever it may be, there's a link down below in the description that'll take you over to my Twitch page if you guys want to toss a follow. That said, we'll be live tonight, and maybe even by the time you're watching this, it might be live at the very moment. So if you're interested, link in the description below, but back to the regular scheduled content. That's right, the title is correct, you read that properly. Outrider is the brand new specialist within Black Ops 4. As of starting tomorrow with Operation Grand Heist, Black Ops 4 will introduce a ton of different content within the game for multiplayer, blackout, and zombies, and as a part of that is the brand new specialist Outrider. We saw Operation Absolute Zero introduce Zero, and well, whether or not this sets the precedent to see a new specialist every single event, we do have our second introduction into different events. Now, Outrider has been a personal favorite of mine since Black Ops 3, and I am super excited for her to return within Black Ops 4, and truth be told, it's pretty solid of a specialist choice. I might even become an Outrider main here at this one. There's so much fun to be had with this specialist, and what's great about it is that unlike Zero, it doesn't seem unbalanced even from the get-go. Right off the bat, you might see a lot of players trying to use it, but it's not going to be something that is super overpowered or super irritating to go up against, in which you get hacked, your score streaks you worked really hard for get hacked. I feel like this addition will fit right in and will be rather easy to work with the already available specialists. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about Outrider, everything that is on deck, and what you can look forward to come tomorrow, and the release of the specialist and the full operation. Before we get into that, first things first, huge thank you to my friends over at Treyarch and Activision for allowing me to come out, get some gameplay here of this, and showcase this all for you guys a little early, so you can jump in with all the information you need as of tomorrow. So huge thank you to them. That said, let's jump right into the content. Outrider's being introduced into Black Ops 4 with, just like every other specialist, a piece of special issue as well as one weapon or an ultimate. So for this, you end up having the special issue of the Hawk, which is a drone, and then you have the return of the Sparrow as the weapon for Outrider. To give you a little comprehensive breakdown here of this one, the special issue Hawk drone is honestly really useful. It's a drone with similar controls to, say, the Dragonfire from Black Ops 2, in which you can control the movement, verticality, and where you want it to stay. It offers scouting benefits, and that's kind of the direction that Treyarch wanted to take with Outrider. Be another sort of information-based specialist with the special issue, where they have information on players in that viewpoint of the Hawk. So you can do it just like you would with a Dragonfire and scout out players, but whereas it really comes in handy is that you can park it in certain locations. You can end up having it be your own personal information drone, but think almost like a controllable camera spike from Black Ops, but one that you can fly around and that gives you a little bit more information without you having to go into the view of it. So that said, if you're Outrider, when you use it, you'll be able to fly it around, but once you park it and you get back into the action, you'll then be able to see players that are spotted with it in the shape of an outlined box, and even through walls, so long as that scouted player is still in the view of the Hawk drone. Now, the interesting part is this is only usable for you, the player that is Outrider. This is something that, having talked with Treyarch a little bit, they wanted to keep it balanced to the point where it offered information, but not too much. So that means that your teammates won't be able to see that hitbox-styled visibility outlines, but you yourself will be able to. It's kind of like a personal oracle from Ghosts, but obviously not as powerful and only pertaining to one small area with about a 180-degree perspective in terms of visibility. Now, say when you're either Outrider or you're not Outrider and you're being the one spotted by another Outrider, you'll definitely be able to tell if you are in the viewpoint of the Hawk. If somebody is a good Outrider, you might not be able to see it immediately because you can hide these rather well, but you'll then notice by an audio indication that you've been spotted, and it'll sound a little something like this. Pretty unmistakable, right? That's something you definitely will be able to hear even over the loud booms of explosions or the audio announcer. But if you are spotted by it, just know that you will show up as that indicator that we just showcased to the Outrider that has control of it. Now, these can be destroyed. They seem to be 1 or 2 hits depending on what weapon you end up using here for it, so they do break rather quickly, but it's just a matter of finding it because it is a small drone and it can be hidden rather well. And the only other thing to mention is the duration. Now, from what I've seen so far in my preliminary testing, from hand launch to destruction, it lasts about 50 seconds, but what you do in between that really dictates how long you can actually be useful with it, because if you're, say, in a hot area, you can use it, launch it up, and park it immediately. You'll have a lot more time to your advantage than, say, if you spawn up and then try and fly it to mid-map and then try and get the advantage of it. So it's going to be 50 seconds from start to finish no matter what. It's just a matter of how much time you can actually get useful out of that. That's the special issue Hawk drone. As for the weapon itself, again, that is the Sparrow. This one's a little bit different in terms of the Black Ops 3's countermeasure counterpart, but for you guys that may have been Outrider mains back in Black Ops 3, it'll still feel just like home for you guys in Black Ops 4. So the Sparrow has 10 shots initially. You can rapid fire them to get all 10 shots off, but again, it comes down to really how much you want to scope out the target. You might not get all 10 in, just like how you might not get all the shots of a Tempest in, but the absolute max you will end up having is 10 shots with the Sparrow, and that can prove rather devastating. One of the interesting curveballs for Black Ops 4 as compared to Black Ops 3 is the Sparrow now has a scope for it, so it now offers a little bit more visibility at range, and it can prove really useful. But if you don't want to use the scope, you don't have to. You can still hit fire and still be very pinpoint precise accurate with that. It's just a matter of if you want that little extra ADS speed readjustment when aiming, or you just want to make sure that you're on target at a further distance. As well, another slight curveball from Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4 is that there's now a little bit of a detonation delay. You won't immediately explode the shot, whether you hit the player or the wall or whatever surface behind them, but instead it's about a half-second delay, so you can use that to your advantage and try and bait players a little bit here still. One thing that I know that I was playing on Casino a little bit with was that somebody was rounding one of the center rotunda bars, in which I took some shots from them but knew they were going to be chasing me, so I shot the ground and let them run into the shot. So that's something you can do and kind of bait the enemy as well, but just know that whenever you go in with Sparrow and Black Ops 4, you're not going to immediately detonate the player that you end up hitting. And as well, another difference within Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4 is that there's not nearly as much arrow drop. Probably one of the better changes people will like to hear out of this with its introduction in Black Ops 4. You can tap the Sparrow, you don't have to cook it entirely, and it will only drop slightly at medium ranges. Longer range, of course, it's more visible of a drop, but still it's not horrible. But cooking the shots, however, of course, is still the most pinpoint precise shot you can have with it. So it really just comes down to what your situation is in that gunfight with the Sparrow, whether you need to tap it or you can hold it in and cook it. So that's what there is to the special issue in the weapon, but right now we actually don't have any idea if she's in the contraband stream or if she's given to all players. That's something that, of course, in just under 24 hours we will know for sure, but as of our time at Treyarch recording, we got to see things like customization and all, but we didn't actually have access to the black market as we played local games on dev builds, so the contraband stream wasn't actually available to view just yet. So it's very much so quite possible it's another tier 1 reward, but I can truthfully neither confirm nor deny that is what will happen with it. So for that, I apologize, it's not a bit more clarity on it as a whole, but just given the fact we're a few hours out, we'll know that in no time. As for players that want to jump in and immediately customize Outrider, from what I saw, there were 4 different uniforms available. We saw one that was an operator default. That's something you don't have to unlock or get anything out of the contraband stream. We saw one that was available as a Panther uniform. We saw one for the numbers, a part of the quest that you'll need to unlock in Blackout, and then we ended up seeing one which was honestly really cool, that being the Baller uniform. This one, it's bejeweled in diamond, and also the uniform itself is a little bit of a fluid motion type of deal where it's animated where there are $100 bills moving around in the outfit. That's something that is going to be available, I think, for all specialists, but at least for Outrider, that was one of the 3 available as its own little set. So that one's really cool. I think that I definitely want a gun for that one, and if I were to guess, that's a part of the contraband stream, so at least it's grindable. But that said, that's kind of really all there is to know about what we're going to have on offer for Outrider come tomorrow, day 1 of this being available for everybody. My overall thoughts, though, is that truthfully, like I said, I really enjoy how this one was handled. I don't think that it's OP. I don't think there are going to be people that have too many problems with it up front. I know that Zero was a completely different beast because it, one, not only affected how you played the game. When you were hacked, you couldn't initially even do the simple things like throw grenades or heal at some points, and then it also completely negated the fact you could have worked really hard for streaks and then they were gone in an instant. So that was something that, of course, is nice that it's not like that. This seems a lot more balanced, and again, it feels like it'll fit way more at home with the other specialists. Truthfully, I think you guys will enjoy it, and definitely, I think that I'm going to be an Outrider main for quite some time here, because having been one of my favorites from Black Ops 3 and having seen how well it plays in Black Ops 4, I'm really enjoying it so far. But it is cool to see Outrider finally being added in. Of course, we ended up seeing that Frequency had those Easter eggs where it had her backstory, along with Zeros and Spectres on the monitors in sort of a little bit of a scrambled transmission in the surveillance room. And that was something that, as a result, people thought that Outrider would be coming from launch, but whether or not it was scrapped last second, whether it was planned to be a DLC specialist or whatever it may be, it's cool to finally have her in. And who knows, maybe this also means that we'll be seeing some more future specialists, maybe like Spectre, who, again, was hinted at from from launch, and maybe even Reaper, who already has his character assets and build already in the game because of a Black Ops pass skin. So I guess we'll see in time, but for right now, Outrider is a ton of fun to play with. I think you guys will definitely enjoy her come tomorrow and the full launch of Operation Grand Heist. That said, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you guys looking forward to getting your hands on Outrider? Are you guys looking forward to using the Sparrow once again in Black Ops 4? Whatever it may be, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But hopefully this proved insightful. Hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. If it did, make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 4 throughout all today, tomorrow, and the next couple of days. We're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about Operation Grand Heist and Season 3 within Black Ops 4. So stick around here on the channel for more updates and videos coming today, talking about the stuff launching tomorrow, and of course throughout the week. If you're interested in any of that, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, there's the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Probably can live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. Well, that's that out of the way. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Mine is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.